Hello people, and welcome back to a Sunderfolk video. I apologize in advance because some of this stuff is sped up because I think about my moves for like 10 minutes straight, like this one. I should just go up there, walk right next to him, just like that, but it took me like 10 minutes to do that. But you see, we're pushing him away with knockback because we don't really want him getting too close to us and doing some. And now it's the Prophet's turn. She's always buffing these guys on the first turn, which is kind of annoying, but it's easy enough to deal with once you play this game a few. Over here, we do that right there because the elite mold over there on the right, he can only move 3 spaces and attack 2 spaces in front of him. So by doing that, we actually protect the ring. And then the Prophet has now teleported over to us and has started doing damage, but thankfully my Arcanist is still doing pretty well. And now here's the part. I did that because I'm trying to set my Pyromancer up for blind fire, which is a really like S tier, S plus move. Right here, I get some good damage off, but it's not really that much. And I guess my slow move. Here we go, it starts getting into some big damage as my Arcanist goes down all the way to 11. It's not really looking too good for him, but my Pyromancer can tough out this damage. Look, yup, blind fire. Honestly, I think blind fire is one of like the best moves in the game. And drawing that card is just perfect. Sadly sacrificed the fire on the left, but I do blind the Prophet, which is going to be a huge help. After that, the Prophet attacks with a freaking 7 move, which would have probably KO'd my Arcanist if she hit me with the other move too, that created the 2 boom shrooms. But luckily, I was able to give her the blind, so we're in the clear. Next up, I'm going blind fire again, and I forgot to do this first time I did it, but I'm activating Lava Rock Sculpture to get the maximum of my damage. I'm attacking right there. What I'm hoping is that the fire will spawn right there, so it'll set off a chain. And it does, because this game is like 90% RNG. Not really, but it does feel that way sometimes. And I switched with my rogue to be up front because I need him to take the damage, because I don't think my Pyromancer can really take any more. But you see, I blind the Prophet and I get a nice little explosion chain. Prophet, thankfully, has blind, so she's missing on my Arcanist, so I don't just die. And after that, she doesn't really move, but she does get a really devastating hit off on my Arcanist. Which is, he's not looking too good right now, so I need to heal him up next. Luckily for me though, he does have the toothpick. I named it. Yeah, it's the toothpick plant. And I heal him and the Pyromancer. And I'm trying to figure out where to go with him, because I don't really know. And look. I didn't know you could do that. I thought once you used a trinket, you just like locked in that character. But I guess not. Like, that's game changing for me. Like, see, now I'm just able to kill the Arcanist all the way back up to full. It, like, this is a major game feature that I was missing out on. This would have made everything so much easier. But all's well that ends well. I do end up moving all the way up front to the Prophet though, because I can't let her keep just beating down on us with all these beefy attacks. Because if I do let her do that, it's bound to be just like a KO in 2 turns or something. See, she can't attack with her first attack, but she does teleport and get the second one off on my ranger. Now things are looking a little bad for my ranger because they're surrounded on almost all sides by the bombs, but it's not too bad right now. Next up is my Arcanist, who I decide to take the damage on the bomb because I really need them up there to do damage. I'm trying to decide here where to go because I was planning to move back there and then switch with the Rangers so they didn't have to take so much damage, but I didn't really want to because it would damage all 4 of my people. So I just decided in the end to go attack that guy so he explodes. And that is such a good ability modifier to drop, because not only is that one of like the best ability cards to have, but look, I blinded the Prophet, which is awesome. Like, blind is such an immensely powerful move. And anyway, she casts her Festering Rot the Soul thing, really, but I don't really care about that. I'm not gonna deal with her minions anyway. Here, my rogue really can't do anything because he'll just end up like dying or something because he can't get his shadow form. I always forget what it's called. And here I just use smoke and mirrors because I want to set up the decoy, and I'm trying to find where to teleport because I want to tank the damage, but I don't know for who and who I would survive it from. But in the end, I do end up choosing to go up there and tank for the Arcanist because I know those elite molds can do some serious damage. Next, I just get my heal off. Just nice to have. Can't really attack. I do decide to hasten my Pyromancer in attempts to, I don't really know, but I didn't want to waste it. See, this blind is so good. Like, it has saved me so many times. And there, miss on top of a blind. The lead does get rid of my Shadow Stance for my rogue, but it's nothing too bad. That's what was meant to happen. And just like as expected, this elite mold is going to attack the clone. That's good. But now, this mushroom guy, he's going to do a lot of damage on my ranger, which isn't really that good. But he can tough it out. He can tough it. He just needs a little bit more time that we can pull through. Some more of them move, and that's really it for the turn. Now it's back to me. I take a really long time again. And right here, we have our supers finally. And I know I can't let the Prophet hit. So I decided to use my Arcanist super and stun her. I get a nice +1 and I weaken him a little bit, which is always nice, so he won't do as much damage. I also do get a little nice chain off here from those little caps. 2 of them explode, right? Yeah. Which I know heals the Prophet a bit, but it's fine if I get to keep my ranger up. After this, I do play Scout ahead because it's a pretty good move, expose, but also I probably shouldn't have. And look, right now, you're probably thinking, well, hey, AZ, you should go back to that space because you should keep your ranger safe. And look, you're right there. Why did you skip? Because I'm not the smartest. And I decide that it's all or nothing. So I just expose, and I'm very lucky to have gotten that rotted, fester, rot the soul thing. Because if I didn't, I would have died. I really don't know what I was thinking here, but I set up retaliation on the ranger, even though that's not gonna. try to set up blind fire again, so these guys won't just all come and wall up on my ranger or my pyromancer. And I do end up trying to get a little chain off this guy in the middle. And another haste. Just what I needed. Wow. And I was hoping that my blind fire would like go somewhere to like right here. But oil spawned there. So that move was just wasted. And I pushed the elite mold over there, which he's really annoying to deal with, and I knew if I didn't have my pyromancer tank him out, that my ranger would just get killed. So I decided to make my ranger go up front and just stay right there, hopefully so that my ranger wouldn't die. I do expose them all because at this point this is the only thing he can do. Luckily, because of all the weakness stats that the Prophet has, he's barely doing like any damage at all to my ranger, but that's only for his first attack. His second attack, that right there, changed everything. Prophet, thank goodness that the Prophet is like the dumbest NPC. I always hated them when I had to do the missions with them. Oh, the Prophet is so bad. But anyways, that completely turns around. Because look, now I can inflict blind on the Prophet, which is already supremely good. But I also get to teleport and summon out a decoy, which I teleport right there just so I can finish off that little cap guy, just so he can't get any extra damage. That's fine. I already got the black dog. And of course, the Prophet does teleport away, but it's looking good. Going good. My pyromancer is okay. I thought he was gonna die because then the cap would attack and then I'll take the double miss. But my Arcanist was gonna survive anyways, so it didn't really matter. That it's finally my Arcanist's turn to bring in the powerhouse with his super powerful, super overpowered skill that does freaking a bajillion damage. And after that, it's lights out for the Prophet.
How could you? The magic. I almost had it.
The Prophet is destroyed. The mycelic elder looks on, its enormous form swaying like a tree in the wind. The sentinel suddenly teleports in, looking around at the destruction, hands flying. The small mushroom follows in their wake, trying to translate.
Huh, I can't say that. The sentinel wants you to know they are very upset and are using words my parental conglomerate says I'm not allowed to say.
The sentinel turns to you, signing frantically and shaking their head.
We promise we don't want to hurt you. We want to fix the Shadowstone problem, not make it worse. The Prophet must have been corrupted.
Another pawn lost. Too bad. But isn't it obvious? The corruption can't be undone. Give up, guardians. The shadow will swallow you whole.